Hello beautiful humans, it's Ree. What is up? I hope you are doing super well. Today's video is my April wrap-up slash May TBR. So I'll start with my wrap-up and then we're gonna move on to the TBR. So first book I read this month was Penguin Gentleman. It is this manga by Kishi Ueno. It was amazing. 5 out of 5. I loved it so much. So basically it is 5, I believe there are 5 men that are actually penguin in human disguise. And they own a bar and we learn penguin facts while they go around in the bar. Kinda. Penguins are my favorite animals. They have been since I was about 6 years old. And the prologue is in color, but you know, the rest of it is just black and white manga. These are the penguins we have in there. There's actually 6. I can't count. So we talk about the African penguin, the chinstrap penguin, the Gentoo penguin, the Adelie penguin, the emperor, and the king penguin. So, you know, you have the penguin and like the characters. I love it, and I love how they base the character's personality off of the personality of the actual penguin in real life. I loved it. I will most definitely be rereading it at some point. Next book I read was Anatomy: A Love Story by Dana Schwartz. So this story is about a girl named Hazel who is a lady, but she wants to be a surgeon. We are in the 1800s, so she can most definitely not do that. She ends up doing a deal with a surgeon slash professor at the surgeon academy thing. And he tells her, if you're able to pass my exam at the end of the term without taking the class, you will be a surgeon. But you can't take the class. So then she meets up with Jack, who is a resurrection man. So basically, he digs up corpses for money. So Hazel starts working with Jack, and that is when the love story comes in. They're very sweet. It is super slow burn between them, but I really liked it. It was a 4 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, I believe. Not 100% sure what I rated it, but you know, it was good. Next up, I read the 3 first book in the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson. Basically, these are the 3 books that are in the Ellingham Academy. And there's a 4th book, which is Box in the Woods, I believe it's named, which is the same main character slash detective, but it's not the same story. So it's about Stevie, who loves true crime, and he goes to this academy for, I don't know how to describe it, it's not geniuses, but it is for bright teens for the last 2 years of high school. So they go there and they do a little bit more research into what they want to do. For example, Stevie want to be a criminologist slash detective. I'm not sure which one she wants to be. So in her classes, she has anatomy classes and stuff like that. In Ellingham in 1936, when the academy was the first year of the academy, Mr. Ellingham's wife and daughter disappeared, as well as one of the students. And so while Stevie is there, she goes and she wants to solve that crime. And she goes and try to find out what happens, and there's a lot of plots, twists. And I loved it. There's the first 3 books. It is double point of view slash timeline. So we have Stevie's timeline, which is in the 2000s. We do not know for sure. And then there's the Ellingham timeline of in 1936 when it happened. I loved it. If you read it, pay attention to the friendship between Stevie and Nate. It's my favorite thing in the world. In the first book, in the 3 books, how they treat each other, top notch. I love it. The first book was a 5 out of 5 for me, and the 2 others were 4.5 out of 5. Next up, I'm kind of judging myself for reading it, but also for loving it. Den of Vipers. This thing, when you read reviews, it's mixed. There's people that are like, ooh, I need therapy because I loved it. And there's other people that are like, oh my god, you're so deranged if you love that. Like, what the fuck? Basically, it's a mafia story. I believe, like, at some point they say that they're the mafia, but one of the very rich families in there, which is the Vipers. There are 5 guys. They're not 5, there's 4 guys who, they call themselves brothers, but there's only 2 of them that are related to each other. So we have Ryder, who is the leader, Garrett, who is the enforcer, Kenzo, who, how can you describe Kenzo? I love him so much. The money person, like casinos and stuff like that. I don't know how, like, the word they use to describe it. And then you have Diesel, who is the assassin. And as a debt to be paid, one of them, like a man that they needed that from, sells their daughter to them. It's bringing me back to my Wattpad days, and I am not regretting it one single bit. And that is Roxy. I believe that's her name. Yeah, Roxy. And so, yeah, she's stuck there. She's a kidnap victim, basically. But she does start to feel something for the boys, okay? Like, look. They're actually kind of nice-ish, except Garrett in the start, but... And, a lot of things that people say is there is no plot. I did not like that. There is no big plot, except, like, her relationship and acceptance with the guys. There's also a lot of, smut. Not any smut. There's some... With Garrett, you will have some very, very rough smut with some bondage element. With Kenzo just wants to fuck anywhere. A little bit into CNC, which is consent, non-consent, and fucking in public. Then you have Ryder. You have a lot of impact play with Ryder. And a lot of a dumb sub relationship. And then with Diesel, that's the thing people hated. With Diesel, you do have some bondage. You have some knife play, blood play, gun play. He's crazy, okay? He's a crazy bitch. But I really enjoyed it. Not only the smut, but the characters. Kenzo was my favorite. He's a sweetheart. How we go deep down in Garrett's trauma. Diesel, he's just fucking crazy, my guy. And Ryder and his fear of being like his father. Like, the characters are good. There's no plot, but I don't care. I loved it so fucking much. Anyways, I will definitely reread this at some point. I'm not even ashamed of it. I loved it. It's a Grace Reverse Harem, and now I want to read a lot of Reverse Harems because of it. So, next one. It's not a reverse harem, but it's poly. And it is 2 guys, 1 girl. It is Sugar Daddies. I loved it a lot, too. They were both 5 out of 5. I believe I gave this one 5 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. I gave Den of Vipers a 5 out of 5, so... Basically, there is this Sugar Daddy website. This is the only reason it's called Sugar Daddies. It is a Sugar Daddy website, and it is... at the start, sex for money. So there is these 2 men, which are Rick and Carl. Every time I say that, I think of Llamas with Hat, like, Carl, that kills people.
Carl, that kills people.
They are in a relationship. They've been in a relationship for a while. They are looking for a sugar baby. And they come together or not at all. And yeah, it says right here, until Carl and Rick spill the big one, the one that sends the girls running, a whole string of them before me, running to the hills without much as a backward glance. Maybe I should run too. Thanks but no thanks. See you around, guys. Nice knowing you. But I'm already in way too deep for that. Yeah, it's 280 pages and that bomb happens. It was really good. Their relationship and like the building of the relationship. Like, yeah, the sex was good, but the building of the trust. But yeah, seeing her interact with the guys, seeing the guys together, seeing what the guys think of her. You have the 3 point of views in there, but it's mostly Carl's point of view, and I forgot her name. It's Katie, I think, yeah. And Katie's point of view. Rick, he only has his at the start, I think. Next read, before it started going downhill for me, was King of Battle and Blood. We have a vampire. We have a forced / arranged, no, more like forced-ish marriage. We have the woman who thought she would be queen without a king. We have witches. It comes with a map. Isolde definitely has some jealousy issues when it comes to Adrian. Even when she's not actually like properly in love with him, like when she thinks she hates him. Also the fact that he calls her my sweet. It killed me. Oh, Killian. If you read that, you know, Killian can go fuck himself. He can fuck off. He can die in a ditch. I don't care. Anyways, book 2 of this is coming out in December 2022. I already pre-ordered it. That would give me an excuse to reread this one. It was like a 4 out of 5. It was good. It was not wow, but when I have like the next book, definitely will be better. It's by Scarlett St. Clair, same author than A Touch of Darkness, and I like this one more than A Touch of Darkness. Now, when it went downhill. So I was doing Spring Halloween this year, which is a readathon, hosted by Gabby Reads a Lot. No. Gabby Reads and Olivia Reads a Latte. There we go. And these were my 2 books for the readathon, okay? So we had Finley Donovan is Killing It and Something Wicked This Way Comes. I was so hyped for this one. Olivia Reads a Latte loves it so much. So it's basically this mother who is a writer, and in a Panera, someone overhears her plot for her book and thinks that she's a murderer for hire, which she's not, but she does it. And then you have a detective looking for people, and her sister's a cop, and you have the nanny. It was fast-paced. That's good. Trying to find good things about it. I mean, what I didn't like was that we had what had happened. Like, from her point of view, what had happened with the murder. There's a part of unknown for her, which I still don't totally get it. And then we have when she talks to the detective and what they know. And I don't like having both of them. If it's a mystery, okay, because this is a cozy mystery. If it's a mystery, give me the whole mystery. You know, don't give me like what happened and then the mystery about what happened. I don't know. I also bought the second one. I'll probably read the second one because of the end of the first one. Will I enjoy it? Probably not. Then we have Something Wicked This Way Come. I had only read 99 pages of it at the end of April. We are May 2nd, and yesterday, at 142 pages, I decided to DNF this bitch. So, it has the capacity of being good, but it's also a thriller from 1962. So, I think that's where I fucked up. So basically there's these two dudes, Jim and William, who are 13, nearly 14. They're gonna turn 14 this month, and that's a big deal in it for some reason. And in the middle of the night, there's this carnival that appears. And of course, they go and watch them set up the carnival at 3 a.m. Of course. But the carnival is not at all what it seems. Like, people think like, there's something happening with the Maze of Mirrors. There's something happening with the carousel. I was halfway through and I was like, okay, what more? Like, we're just talking about the same two things. And before I decided to completely DNF it, I was pushing it. Okay, I kept reading it. And then I went, okay, do I need to read this page? No, it's him talking with his father, and it's just like, ooh, the way of life. I don't care. Next, like, I DNF'd it at page 142. No thank yous. Alright. Now, we're gonna go in what I want to read in May. I have a lot of books. So, I talked about River's Harem and how I actually liked it. So I have 2 River's Harem series. First of all, I have these. It is 6 books and a novellas, because I was about to say 7 books, but... And it is their Vampire Queen series. Apparently it's, what did they say? MMFFM. So 3 dudes, 2 girls, basically. It revolves around the queen, the Vampire Queen. That's that's literally all I know in this. But basically it says, a lost virgin vampire queen, 2 vampire knights sworn to protect her. It's about to get very hot and bloody. And so the first one is Queen Takes Knights. And we have Queen Takes King. Queen Takes Queen, which I'm really excited about that, because that's gonna be sapphic. Queen Takes Rook. Queen Takes Checkmate. And Queen Take Tryon? I don't know how you pronounce that shit. And then Queen Takes More is the little 100-page novella. It's a reverse harem with a vampire queen. Who doesn't want that? Okay, if I was a queen, I would like my reverse harem. Thank you. Next, we have the Dark Side series by Christy Cunning, which is 4 books, but I happen to have them in 2. So they are 4 Psychos, 3 Trials, 2 Kingdoms, and 1 Apocalypse. From what I understand, it is a ghost girl who has been hunting these 4 dudes. And then she becomes real again, and that's all I know. I'm not so different from most people. Like everyone else, I have goals. 1, become a real girl instead of this invisible ghost thing I currently am. 2, convince the 4th man I've been hunting for the past 5 years to pick me to be their new toy after goal 1 is complete. 3, figure out who/what I am and why I can't remember anything. So, yeah, just another reverse harem. 4 books. Happen to have them in 2. I was told to read 4 Psychos, and then I saw it was 4 books, so guess what I did? Bought them. Next up, after this one, that's all I really truly want to read, absolutely. And then we have Hopeful. I'm gonna read Jennifer L. Armentrout's Ada Vincent series. So we have Moonlight Sins, Moonlight Seduction, and Moonlight Scandals. So basically, it is a woman who gets a new job in the infamous De Vincent family. Massively wealthy brothers who are haunted by a dark reputation and whispers of misdeeds. She's hired to care for their sister, and Julia can't afford any distractions, but a menacing presence in the mansion and the ever-present temptation of the handsome Lucian De Vincent aren't something anyone can ignore. It's gonna be spicy, okay? It's Jennifer L. Armentrout. After reading the last From Blood and Ash, I bought 2 of her trilogies. So, I love her writing, so. Next. Hopefully, I will get to read these. I probably won't. But it is The Maze of Shadow series. It is 4 books. So we have the Unseelie Prince. Like, let's just talk about this image. Then you have the Unseelie Crown, the Unseelie Throne. He's so hot. And the Unseelie King. So I bought them because they make me think of King with the Elf King, Deal with the Elf King, which was my favorite book of January. So all I know here, the throne is Valrose for the taking, but first he needs a queen, of course. And then it's like, what is a prince to do? I'm skipping over some things, but what is a prince to do? Still a human, of course. So then he steals Abigail, who was abandoned by her husband with no family to call her own. So, you know, of course she's the one. But Abigail is thrust into a terrifying maze that defies all logic. There, she finds herself at the mercy of the Unseelie Prince with a strange offer: solve his maze and it'll grant her her deepest wish, if she can live that long. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be steamy because look at that picture. And tell me it's not gonna be steamy. He's hot. So, yeah. Can you tell I'm reading a lot of smut lately? Even my fiance was like, okay. What book are you reading? Is there smut? So, next, I will hopefully get to the Danganronpa, the animation, 4 books, 4 mangas. These are my fiance's copies, so I need to obviously be super extra careful with them, even though I'm always careful with my books. Kinda. So basically, Danganronpa, it's an academy which selects only the elite plus 1 ordinary student chosen by lottery, and they have to kill each other. Basically, they have blackmail on them. They have to kill someone and not get caught. If they get caught, they get killed. Yeah. And another hopeful is to read the Heartstoppers so I can watch the Netflix series. I own all of them. Why haven't read them, you might ask? I don't know. If you don't know by now what Heartstopper is these 2 dudes who are in high school find out their sexuality. It literally just says boy meets boy, boys become friends, boys fall in love. Apparently it is super sweet. I'm going to talk about one last series, which I know I won't be able to get to, because look at the size of the 4th one. But it is the Fortunesworn series. So we have Fortunesworn, Restless Slumber, Deadly Dreams, and Beautiful Nightmares. I don't know much about it, I just know that I'll apparently love it. We're meant to be seductive, we're designed to lure humans in. And like, she's the last of her kind, she tries to go and find her brother. And then find another elf? Are they elves? What are they? They're fairies, sorry. And she finds another fairy, and I don't know much about what happens, but apparently it's good, so I bought the four books. Of course. I hope you enjoyed the video. You can comment what is your top priority book to get to this month, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.